Welcome to this video that goes with the celebration of our 41st anniversary. It is coming late. We celebrated it on April 16th. The reason is that on April 16th, 1981, we had a ceremony in a chapel. Family and friends were there to celebrate it with us. We had a big cake. There was carne louca, which is a sandwich that is very popular in Brazil. It was beautiful and fun. But then on the next day, we were sealed in the temple. And it was a very beautiful ceremony. I cannot even start expressing the beauty and the nature of the blessings that were spoken there. But the purpose of this video is not to compare the two ceremonies. It's to tell you about a miracle that put us together. I find it interesting and I think you're gonna like it. It starts on June 14, 1980. It was about a year since I had returned from a mission, and I wasn't being very successful finding a wife. So I decided to sit at the typewriter and write a letter to the Lord and say, hey, this isn't working. I need help to find a wife. And that I wanted to get married on February 28, 1981. And then I said, why it's supposed to be February 28, 1981? Basically, because I was baptized on February 29, 1976. I was going to celebrate 5 years since my baptism. And it will be convenient, etc., etc., etc. I closed the letter with a challenge to myself to find a wife with the help of the Lord by February 28, 1981. 15 days later, I went to a dance with my friends, and Gislaine was there. It looked like Gislaine was 12 years old. I wasn't thinking, so I started making fun of her with my friends. Asking her if she was 12, why was she in the dance, that beehives weren't allowed. Beehives are girls that are 12 years old. And, well, she didn't care. She was being in sports, she was saying she was 17, and then she had her eyes already on me. So I think she didn't care, because in that dance, there was a competition where the guy who danced with more girls would win a prize. And she saw what I was doing. I was trying to win. So she started asking girls to dance with me. And I got all these ribbons that you see in the image there. Ended up winning, of course. And she was in the process of winning my heart. After the dance, during the week, a friend of mine said that Gislaine really liked me. I said, the 12 years old? Yes, but no, she's actually 17. So, well, 17 can turn 18 and want to go to college. And then who knows what she wants to do besides getting married. I don't know. But then he says she's going to be in the next dance. I am going anyway. Let's see what happens, right? At the other dance, Gislaine is really trying to seize the moment. There was a conspiracy going on. I went there with 3 girls. One explained why. She's kind of upset, but she's in the front of the chapel hoping that I would come. When I see her, it is another Gislaine. She is 17 years old. She's got makeup, nice dress, nice shoes. The hair was done differently. And I walked faster than the girls and I said to her, are you Gislaine? She said, yes. Can you do me a favor and dance with me this whole dance? Yes. So we are dancing, and then she confesses that she's part of the conspiracy. Instead of winning the competition with a whole bunch of ribbons, you can do it easily by finding the girl with the golden ribbon, and she confesses that she is the girl with the golden ribbon. That worked for me. We started dating after that. I took her to the wedding of one of my cousins. We found out that some of her relatives knew my relatives at the level of godmother. But that wasn't what made it. I mean, I needed a sign more than that. I don't know who needed more signs than that. But this was a great start. Let me tell you what happens next. The connection is actually found in the Bible. You have to understand the story of Isaac and Rebekah. Abraham wanted to find a wife for his son. So he orders his servant to go to a faraway land where there is family and find this girl. The servant gets there, has no idea what to do, so he says a prayer and asks the Lord for a sign. The sign that he asks is a very specific one. The girl who gives water to his camels, that would be the wife for his master. Rebekah comes out to fetch for some water, and then she sees the stranger, gives him water, and starts giving water to the camels. He knew it was her, so he asks to talk to her family. They go into the house. He explains who he is. They're all happy. They agree immediately that she will go back with him to marry Isaac. Her sister goes with her, and Isaac sees her. He loves her. They get married, and they live happily ever after. But what does that have to do with us, right? I enjoyed calling Ghislaine at night to wake her up and hear her voice, her nice waking up voice. It was so sweet. And then one day I decided to go with my friend Paulinho to her house very late at night, about 10:30 p.m. and we were in the kitchen talking about life and laughing, and then the subject of birthday comes up. She asks for my birthday. I answer, and then I ask her, "What's your birthday?" And then she answers, "February 28th. What the heck? And then Paulinho says, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yes." Ghislaine is probably thinking, did I say something wrong? I don't know if I told her the story, but I just wanted to look at her and say, Ghislaine, you have no idea. You just gave water to my camels. She didn't know my story. She didn't know that I wrote that date many times in a letter to the Lord, and then she just said it to me. I don't think an answer to a prayer ever came as perfect as that night. The wedding didn't happen that day. The date was just to find out that it was her. Between the jokes in the dance and talking in the kitchen, there were things that needed to happen, preparation for a wedding. It happened on April 16th. I still have the invitation and the memories. This picture shows that on that day it was raining. In our life we had rain. The rains that we have in every marriage. But here we are, 41 years later, enjoying this celebration with all of you that are listening to this story. As I said at the beginning, the following day was our sealing in the temple. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was to be forever. And I would like to recite this verse from the song from Kenny Rogers that Ghislaine likes very much, which I sang to her at the top of the Eiffel Tower on a symbolic proposal. And it goes like this, changing a little bit. Through the years, she never let me down. She turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with her. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with her through the years. Thank you, Chuchu, for 41 years of unconditional love. I love you too, Lynn. This is not the end, because love is forever.